dreary day today, but temperatures aren't too bad, so it's a good day to assess some of the things that the soil amounts I'm going to need. This bed last year, which I haven't cleaned out yet, had a mishmash. I sort of made a little polyculture in here, and things grew well, but the wind is so high right here, there's nothing to stop it, that they didn't grow as well as they could. They were stunted, certainly. I had it in mind when I planted there, you know, radishes and hardy kale and parsnips, carrots, root things, but I got to work on getting this bed better. So this barren space, barren looking, actually has about 120 garlic in it, and in the center and around the outside is where onions and potatoes will go. I am doing a rotation here. Potatoes, onions, and a bit of garlic were here, so I'm doing it in 3 steps. We leaf mulch this from free resource that our little town has a leaf composting site, so that's what's on top of here, a bit of kelp from the sea, and now I've got to top it up with some good soil. There is a manure layer underneath the leaves, but it's looking really ratty, and when you take from the compost area in the town, there's a lot of rocks, and so a lot of work to be done on this bed before I can get my potatoes in, but I got to get on that soon. So it's still too cold to allow for hoses outside, but I have to water my cold frames. I noticed some arugula in just a week is already coming up, and a few radishes, but it dried out. Steps going up there soon. For my raised beds, there's sheep manure in the white bags there. That's to go in the 2 that my husband's about to build, as well as top up with the leaf mulch. But what exists here already now has manure. There's many layers in here, but in the fall we laid sheep manure and the leaf mulch, so lots of work also to get these going before I can start getting some, at least start with some of my colder weather seasonal plants. Kind of boring right now. Checking on today's sap. Looks like it's filling up pretty good. So there's another full boil down here, so I'll have to go in and get my bucket. Here's the microtom that I potted on. There's 2 plants in here. It looked rather lonely, just one, so I put 2 in. Very, very tiny. If anyone's ever grown this microtom, let me know. I imagine that this must have pea-shaped cherry tomatoes, or pea size rather. Can't be any bigger. I put it in this pot here, final home, because it was flowering. The wee buds were coming on it, and now, as you can see, the flower is opening up, and the other one has the flowers coming too. They're just the tiniest. Going to be interesting. And quickly before the daylight goes, we have basil. I have This is celeriac or celery. Celery, I don't know what's going on there. And more celeriac. Then over here, I've got some peppers and tomatoes coming up. These I'm hoping to try outside. Watch that be a failure. Some indoor tomatoes and peppers. They'll go upstairs. There's one eggplant, one pepper, I don't know why I'm saving that, and some Brussels sprouts. Two types of eggplant. A few little leeks there, they don't look great. This is more Jade Cross Brussels sprouts and some random thing in the back. This is my celery. It's doing well. And I think there's somewhere in there is a parsley. And then the leeks are doing well. There's another Brussels sprout. I've got a hodgepodge. I followed Benny L and trimmed the top of the leeks. They look like they need it again, but I can say without a doubt that did not hurt them whatsoever. The light's not allowing you to see this too well. But they're, I've got them just lassoed there, tied up together. They're doing wonderful. Just a few of the early cabbage. Looks like I'm going to have to pot those on. That's the nice cone-shaped ones. Down here, not getting too much light, is a hodgepodge of herbs and mostly celery and celeriac. Not getting too much light because I've run out of window space and I've had to put them on the floor for the sunlight. This is, not sure. Let's see, I can't have no recollection of what this, that's more Brussels sprouts. I don't know what I'm thinking with the Brussels sprouts, but anyway. And fennel, bulb fennel, or I think it's called Italian fennel. And that's doing well. It's not in the best growth spot for light, but there's that little random tomato. But I think he's got, yeah, he's got some little flowers coming. It's not a very big pot. We'll see how that goes. Planted something over here. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, that's just a few broccoli, hoping to get going. This has been picked to death. I eat this on sandwiches all the time and things. I don't know what that is. It's probably more Brussels sprouts, which probably won't even grow well for me. Some watering needs to go on here. This is just a second set of green onions or spring onions. I've already got some out in the cold frames. And kohlrabi. Here's a look at my sweet red pepper. That's a Corno di Toro. It's getting to be a nice big size. It's not red yet though. And I have another little one over here. There's another one. It's looking good too. There's another California Wonder coming on that same plant. Let me put my hand so you can see the size of it. Images appear bigger than they really are. It's a good size. It's looking nice. Here's some jalapenos, which oddly enough are, I believe, going to stay this round size this time. This plant's 1.5 years old, so has produced for me a lot before. But these little fellas are all coming out like little round berries. Very interesting. There's another one. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 on there right now. Yeah, isn't that odd? There's no way those are going to get longer. And these two are my orange capsicum. You can see in there. I'm getting some lots of little, oh, I've got little flowers, great. So this is my habanero. There's some little white flowers coming out in here. So that's it. Not a very exciting update. My light's fading,
So I'll say goodbye, see you next time, and thanks for sticking with me.